The former president of Syria, who was toppled not many days ago, has been poisoned in Russia. When he was toppled, he fled to Russia and Russia granted him asylum. And he was thinking that he has arrived his heaven, that he will never die or nothing would happen to him. But unfortunately, day before yesterday, that is 2 days ago, he was poisoned in Russia. Now, if you know any politician in Nigeria, I want you to share this video to them. This video is not a threat, but it is an insight. This video is not to threaten anybody or to cause violence. It's just for educational purpose and for the emancipation of our so-called political leaders, not all of them, but most of them, who think by tagging the civilians terrorists will keep them in power forever. Those people who are thinking that the political power they have today is forever. Now, for those of you who don't know AL-ASSAD, the former president of Syria, this man and his family has been ruling in Syria for over 50 years. This man has a grave where he can bury anybody that is against him. There was a rebel group he called terrorists. He called them terrorists like the way today they call Biafrans terrorists. Any small thing you do in Nigeria, they will tag you terrorists, they will proscribe you. That was exactly what Al-Assad was doing to civilians in Syria. He was a dictator. But his dictatorship was transferred to him from his father. So his father and his grandfather, they were holding Syria ransom. Like today, there are some families, not up to 10, that are holding Nigeria ransom with our neo-colonists. But think of this will never last forever. In 2016, far back, that is about 8 years ago, a journalist came to Assad, and this is what Assad said. Take a listen.
The Commission for International Justice and Accountability says there are thousands of government documents which say has proved your government sanctioned mass torture and killings. In the face of that evidence, how do you say that no crimes have taken place? And I point also to other independent organisations which are critical of deliberate targeting of hospitals.
You are talking about two different things.
Yes.
One of them, the first one is the reports. The most important report that's been financed by Qatar, just to defame the Syrian government. And they have no proof who took the picture, who are the victims in those pictures, and so on. Like you can forge anything if you want now on the computer. So it's not credible at all. Second, talking about attacking hospitals or attacking civilians. The very simple question is, why do we attack hospitals and civilians? I mean, the whole issue, the whole problem in Syria started when those terrorists wanted to win the hearts of the Syrians. So attacking hospitals or attacking civilians is playing into the hands of the terrorists. So if we put the values aside now for a while, let's talk about the interest. No government in this situation have any interest in killing civilians or attacking hospitals. Anyway, if you attack hospitals, you can use any building to be a hospital. No, these are anecdotal claims, mendacious statements, I can say. They're not credible at all.
Assad was killing people. Assad was destroying people's home. Assad was feeling that he was a god, like there is no one can challenge me as far as I'm concerned. But he never knew that a day of reckoning is coming. This is a message to every leader in Africa, especially Nigerian politicians. No matter what you are doing, a day of reckoning is coming and it's fast approaching. One thing I like about life is that whatever a man sow, he reap. It might take hundreds of years, tens of years. It took the rebel group that attacked terrorists to take over Syria. It took them 50 good years to take over Syria. So it doesn't matter how you are impoverishing people. Those people you call terrorists may be the real government tomorrow. The people Assad tagged terrorists, today they want to form an alliance with Israel, with the neighboring countries today. They are reconsidering in setting up a good alliance to have a favorable country. But many years ago, they were calling these people terrorists. They are terrorists. They are this, they are that. No condition is permanent. Now, let me give you an illustration of what I'm saying. Nigeria, as a geographical area, is like the cattle breeders. You see, when a cattle breeder has a herdsman, a herdsman that is leading the cattle, when you try to challenge the herdsman, the cows may come after you. They can kill you, they can destroy you. Do you know why? Because they believe in their mind that the herdsman is the one protecting them, feeding them, doing all those things. They take it like this man or this person is our God. But they never knew that the purpose of needing them is to go and sell them, is to go and kill them, is to go and use them to make profit. It's just to trade them. So many Nigerians are like the cows. They are trading them. They are leading them to slaughterhouse. But you know what? One day, if the cattle or the cows realize that the herdsman is needing them to go and sell them, they will treat the person differently. And that is why I'm saying that a day of reckoning is coming. And it is going to come like as never imagined. It was like a dream to Assad. Assad never believed that this thing could happen to me. Many people were backing him up. Like Russia was even backing him. Iran was backing him. So many countries that are powerful were backing him. They turned Syria into a battleground, like the way they are trying to turn Nigeria into a battleground. The Nakurawa terrorists are there, the Boko Haram are there, the ISWAP are there. All these people were formed by, all these groups were formed by Nigerian politicians. We have the proof, we have the record, we know everything that was going on right from Andimodu Sherif down to this present day we are. They cannot deny this. So this was what Assad was doing against his people. They kill you, nobody talks about it. Today, if you go to especially the far north, east, and southeastern Nigeria down, you see the way they kill people, government-sponsored people. The other day, Asari Dokubo was in a live interview, granting interview. He said, my boys are fighting in Imo State. And after granting interview, the following day, army said that people killed soldiers. So there are so many things that are going on. But you know what? Nigerian politicians, they don't care. They don't want to, listen to the people because they have the power. But time will come. No power lasts forever. When the day of reckoning will come, like what happened to the Assad, it is going to be like dream. Now, going back to Assad, he was poisoned, and Russia is one of the countries that have a very good medicine to cure poison, to prevent poison from killing you, even though it damages your system and so on and so forth. So they took it serious and they were treating him very well. And the man, I think he was trying to survive, not to live. He was trying to survive. And there was a kidnapping attempt against him today. This is crazy. There was a kidnapping attempt, but the Russian media say it was an assassination attempt. Let me put it in that way. Okay? Let me quote the media. There was an assassination attempt against him. When the day of reckoning comes, there is nowhere you are going to run to on earth that you are going to be safe. So, make sure your hands are clean, because the power is not going to last forever in your hand. No matter what you are doing, if you like, name everybody terrorist. If you like, don't listen to the people. If you like, think that only thing that matters is the political class, that every other person, they are not important. I won't talk to them. I won't listen to people. Then when people die in the villages, the government won't do anything. They know that people are dying in the villages. The Nigeria Bureau of Statistics published the report, both the money people have paid in ransom, what up to 2.2 trillion naira, how many people that have been kidnapped, millions of people that died, thousands of people, but no response from the government. But let me tell you, the people aren't going to take this forever. The people will not take it forever. A day of reckoning is coming. And when it comes, let it not be that, oh, we are not aware, we were not told. So, this video, as I said, is not a warning, it's an insight. This is fact. You must know this as a leader, as a politician. Your records, people have it. Everything you are doing, people have it. The way you violate court orders, the way you violate human rights, the way you do all sort of things, no matter what you want to do, people have this record. So get ready, because the day of reckoning is coming.
Many of us from the north are famed for cattle keeping. And when you are driving the cattle through different grazing grounds, the cattle believe that you love them so much because you protect them from the elements, because you protect them from other wild animals. But if the cattle were to know that you are the one who would end up eating them, they would treat you very differently. Invariably, they do not know. And therefore, you will continue controlling them the way you do, and you will continue eating them the way you do. But it's a totally different case when you are leading human beings. They are not like cattle. You may lead them in a particular direction. You may think that you have lulled them into a false sense of security. You may think that you have deadened their minds. But always remember that one day, if you don't do that which is good and right for your fellow men, there is a day of reckoning. There is a day of reckoning, and history has demonstrated that it can come in the twinkling of an eye. History has demonstrated that kings have been toppled. History has demonstrated that presidents have been removed. History has demonstrated that great men have been cut down. History has demonstrated that men can rise when they are misled. History has demonstrated that men are indeed capable of rising up. You know, I always read these words of the American Declaration of Independence because I love them. They apply to humanity. Before America became what it is, they had enlightened men. We hold this truth to be self-evident, that all men are born equal, that they are endowed by their Creator with certain unalienable right, that among those are life, liberty, and the pursuit of happiness. And it is for this reason that governments are instituted amongst men, and that when those governments fail to perform, it is the duty of those people to rise up and to remove such governments.